Hello again, my name is Liga. I'm a naturopath, and today we will talk about sweets and why we struggle to stay away. It's hot in here in Spain, so let me show the presentation and crack on. It will be a really short workshop webinar, and we will talk about issues, what makes us craving these sweets and why can't we stop? Okay, how about sweets? Do you struggle to say no, and why? Also, it's sometimes as a children and adult and everyone, when you catch yourself thinking, oh, just a bit more, some more, and there will be enough. If it's familiar for you, so then it's for you. And sometimes it's a little bit more, it's never enough, right? So from common perspective, I would like to talk about it. It's why cravings happen, because they often signal low energy, stress, overwork, workload, or simply low blood sugar levels, which you find a way, these sweets, as the quick dosage, and it levels it all out. It's just like a signal that you are hungry. And yes, if we do it regularly, it does turns into addiction. We can't stop from that. But the good news is understanding why we're craving it, what can we do for it, how we can change our diet and everything around, we can actually control all these cravings, and our health is going to be much better, because all these sugar cravings actually really, how do you say, they impact our health in a long term. For example, for women, the more sugar we eat, the quicker we will age. That's for men as well, because sugar actually, collagen tissue in a body, which is in a skin, it actually makes it hard, and then it breaks, it stops elasticity. Therefore, when you got all these saggy skins and wrinkles and everything, you can see these sugar puffy faces straight away if there's a lot of sugar intake every day. Okay, the same like when we eat vegetables and healthy fats and so on, it's also, we can see it in our body in the long term. And it's not only our face, it's our health altogether in general. I'm not talking right now even about diabetes in children, in adults, so on. It's a massive disease effect and huge impact in a world creating. But how we can control it? For example, carbohydrates, for example, maybe could be consumed in much healthier, better ways, which are porridges, grains, vegetables, and fruits, because they have also this natural source in a nature carbohydrate, which gives us long-term energy. Okay, and they provide us that slow and steady energy, because we know what happens. One of the greatest books is Glucose Revolution, or whatever, a great book you can read and find out. So when we take a sugar, our sugar levels in the blood spike massively down. In an hour and a half, they spike really drop down again, and we find ourselves again low energy, lower than it normally should be, slow and steady. And we again, in an hour and a half or in an hour, we crave something else. For example, I had a customer, we started good cleansing, anti-parasite detoxification, and she said, I'm always finding really hard, I'm craving all the time. Obviously, low blood sugar levels sometimes happen, but she said, I'm finding like every hour I need something to eat, otherwise I'm not feeling well. And we started with the basics. I said, what do you have for breakfast? And she said, I'm having pancakes with syrup, maple syrup, and some berries. Berries are healthy, but pancakes with maple syrup. And we looked through, we changed our pattern, how we start the day. So we have that slow and steady energy and good sugar level in the blood, and we haven't got any more of these swings and cravings. So that really affects our life and also our well-being. Also, I want to touch a little bit psychology. Psychology says that sweet cravings often also have emotional causes, and that's particularly important in a woman. We are really emotional beings. However, men are as well, but they actually bottle up and hide these feelings too far down. When person feels a lack of love or low self-confidence, and they're looking for that comfort, they always find it in sweet, right? Really common in women and also in children. You're crying in a childhood, mama gives you sweet, and then you grow to the adult. When something happens and you're not feeling well, you won't go back to that sweet because it makes you feel better. So here it's important not to judge, but to find out how I can support myself, praise myself more often, encourage, show care to people around me and to myself first. And if you are that person, be gentle with yourself. Don't criticize you too much. Don't judge yourself. Particularly important in women, because I know from statistics that 80% of autoimmunity diseases are in women because we are too harsh and criticize too much ourselves. And also it causes also that sweet craving. When you start understanding underlying issue, what I'm lacking self-confidence, I'm lacking support, I'm lacking love, then you find that joy, peace, and love somewhere else. And when your cravings hit, try to redirect your thoughts and find, for example, something beautiful, pleasant hobby. For some, it's knitting. For some, it's singing. For someone, it's dancing. For someone, it's something else. Cooking sweets for someone else. Or also, there are also options available, much healthier online, like from really raffinated white sugar to healthier vegan options or other options, including dates and nuts and agave syrup and so on. Okay. And it's a huge, easily could be found on Instagram and so on. So find something what makes you happy, excited, calm, and that craving at loved, and that craving quite often going to fade on its own. It's important as well. Also, I want to remind you, one of the causes why we can crave sweets, it's a basic unbalanced nutritional diet and deficiencies. So when our body, our cells, because when we track back our body are made from organ systems from organs from tissues, and tissues from cells. We're going back to cells. Each cell has a mitochondria, like a little energy station inside of us, and we always should have energy. But if we overwhelmed by toxins, or we have these deficiencies which causing not building up healthy cell, especially cellular membrane is made of fats, okay, and it's healthy, then it's not craving anything. I've seen lots of customers, you constantly crave food, crave something, crave sweets, because these cells are constantly starving. And two main factors for cellular health, obviously we have others as well, and it's also look as a webinars we've been doing before, but it's a fat and water, good quality transport, good quality alkaline structured water, which delivers nutrients and takes away toxins, because that process, metabolical waste, it happens every day. And our food, quite often, you've seen that children, teenagers, going from school home eating crisps, McDonald's, burger, chips, they add zero nutritional value. So your cell is constantly starving, it's not eaten. Therefore, they send in these signals, I'm hungry, and you're constantly hungry as well. And that unbalanced diet causes that sweet cravings more and more and more, when food is not sufficient and not nutritious. Okay, so when we try to eat healthy, so body not going to be seeking for that energy. But when our diet is very low nutritionist diet, then body constantly be seeking this quick energy, because they need somewhere to fill it up, and sugar provides it, obviously with the side effects. But in the long term, for example, what can really help us, this also that long and stable, we talked about good healthy carbohydrates, but also I want to emphasize here healthy fats, which can provide deep and more stable energy. And healthy fats are ones we can find in the nature. So these are nuts, seeds, virgin oils, avocado, really rich in it. So fish, good quality fish, healthy fats. And yes, quite often we have that, these diets where no fat in a diet, fat less diets. And that's because women normally hearing the word fats, fear these fats. But actually, when we cut them out, we're gonna be craving sweets more and more. And also, guys, I want to mention it here as well, this is gonna integrate into your hormonal disruption and hormonal illness, hormonal disbalances, because all your hormones are synthesized using healthy fats. So when you cut down your good fats, I'm not talking about unhealthy fats, I'm talking about healthy ones, your hormonal system takes a toll. Okay, your hormonal system gonna be in a trouble, and I've seen that before. So also, I don't know if you heard it, but fats dissolves the fat. So we got fat cells in a body, and so body can deal with them and actually break down these fat soluble toxins. You need lecithin, you need omega, good quality, you need these healthy fats as well. So okay, therefore also important when you include good balanced diet, and also always include healthy fats in your diet, omega, lecithin, and you will see, I'm guarantee you will see how your sweet cravings just going to go down massively. Okay, and don't forget to drink enough water. Sometimes snacking between the meals is just a sign that you are thirsty, because body to our brain sends the same signal, I'm thirsty, I need more water, but you read it as I need the food, and we start snacking without the water. Also, when we want to drink something when we eat, it's a sign we haven't drunk enough. Okay, so it's important, because when your cell receives enough amount of water and these healthy fats, it can function, it can happen, all these important processes within the cell. And drink water first and see if sweet craving or snacking still remains. Yes, you're hungry and your time to eat. Okay, also, but what I would like you also to remind and introduce three very, very important products which are going to help to integrate, which are going to help to your health, and also will going to help with your sweet cravings. Okay, it's not just about the willpower. Your cell, like I already explained, because cell contains cellular membrane, and it's all from 99% of lecithin or healthy fats. It just needs these healthy fats. When cell has healthy membrane, toxins can come out, good things, nutrients can come in, cell can develop, function, you got plenty of energy, because inside there's energy station as well, cell. It's a microorganism called a mitochondria, some part. And today I want to introduce you to these three very, very important, highest quality GMP products which can integrate to your sweet cravings. And you will see, as soon as you integrate them into diet, your hormonal system gets better, and also your sweet cravings reduce. Omega-3 TG, why 3-TG? A triglyceride format. It's a natural triglyceride form with without toxicity, not from toxic fisheries, but from cold waters fish in the nature, and it's bioavailable and it's familiar to your body. So it's maximally 3-TG is a more bioavailable form, absorbs really, really well. And when it comes out of these cold water fish and species, it's produced with without toxic solvents. How do I know it? Because I had a couple of customers who also, for me, it was a joy to hear it. I'm really cautious which good nutrients or ingredients we can use and how natural and bioavailable are they. And I had a couple of customers which I said, I cannot use omega. Any omega I tried, our herbs and other ones online, I am actually having allergies of them. It depends of how clean they are and how bioavailable they are. And I said, well, let's have a go, see how your body reacts, how you take. And to my actually joy, I loved when these customers reported back, look, that's weird, I always had allergies from omega, but this one is absolutely fine. For me, it was sign. How else you can check your omega? If you take polystyrene, we normally get packed fridges, TVs, equipment arriving at home, and you got a piece of polystyrene at home, and you squash the omega capsule and put it on polystyrene, natural one, omega-3-TG, coral omega-3-TG, it does not damage polystyrene, it just stays there. omega, which is toxic, it starts eating that polystyrene. This is a way how you can actually check if it's natural. Also, another one, lecithin, I already mentioned. It's really highly beneficial for little children, for young children, for mental well-being, for the reduced sugar cravings, for liver support, and so on. Lecithin nourishes also nervous system, which reduces also that craving. So nervous system is fine, even if you got, for example, challenging tasks at school and so on. Supports liver and in processing fats efficiently, and actually and kind of fixes that sugar crave. I've seen it in children very, very often. And another one I want to take time to actually introduce you. It's a plankton oil. It's one of the kind. Wow. Plankton oil's uniqueness is it's very slow absorption oil, which gets through your stomach, gets into guts, and starts very slowly absorbing into your guts and reducing insulin levels in the blood, keep energy steady and preventing from sudden sweet urges. People with pre-diabetes and diabetes condition actually seen massive improvement. So that could really, really help you as well. So fats are important. And here, again, I want to emphasize a little bit more about fats from one of the doctors, what he's talking about, why water and especially healthy fats are important. And it's also going to be introducing into your, reducing your sweet cravings. So let's listen. It's very, very short. Made of oil. Okay, and there again, what I already told you before, water intake reduces our snacking, and also correct, good, high quality oil. Also, you need to understand that the last one, which is really impacts our sweet cravings, is a body contamination of our gut microbiome with pathogen microorganism, bacteria, parasites, fungi, harmful bacteria, because they all feed on sugar. And I'm not going to show you that video, but I have in that 1 hour video about parasite cleanse, you can see these proper videos short, how parasites and a sugar grain, and in a time lapse 5 times faster, they just eat that sugar up, they feed on it. That's their food. And quite often that body contamination actually leads us to crave things they want to feed on. Fungi feeds on all marinades, and fungi feeds on also on sweets. So all fungi, but harmful bacteria, parasites, pathogens, alcohol, sugar. So all this, when we want more and more and more, that's you have to think that probably there is something inside of me which actually craves for that. And also I had a couple of videos where you add alcohol on, people had that think where they're thinking, oh, alcohol sterilizes the body, so is my gut. Actually, in alcohol, they move faster. Yeah, hype. They have it in a hype. So they can dictate our cravings for sweets and addictions and so on. So these microorganisms consume nutrients, what we using. That's why quite often, even you buying these good quality vitamins, if you never went through gut cleansing, colon cleanse, you actually feed in your pathogens in your gut, and they do not make difference. That was our course. We used to buy huge amount of vitamins, but they never could affect. We always were ill non-stop. And as soon as we went through colon cleanse, gut cleansing regularly, prophylactically, we're doing it regularly, so there is a massive benefit when we eat good quality foods. We reduced massively, cravings reduced. We don't want sweets that much anymore, and cook good quality ones at home. And also our immunity went up, our illnesses disappeared. We haven't been to pharmacy 5.5 years. And you need to understand that all these microorganisms, they consume your nutrients, they produce toxins and cause fatigue, skin problems, weight gain, and much more, and eventually diagnoses. That's why it's important to do gut cleansing regularly and improve your health and reduces your sweet cravings. So main idea to reduce sweet cravings is listen to your body, support with nutrition, water, care, love, breathing techniques, and so on. Most importantly, be gentle with yourself, praise yourself, love yourself, and you can also understand and manage and transform your sweet cravings. So in this short webinar, we went through all the obviously causes, how you can manage it wisely. And for example, unhealthy one, choose for healthy. Also, when you do gut microbiome restoration, these cravings actually disappear themselves. I remember my kids constantly craving and eating sweets, particularly, kids cannot pretend, and they was not eating decent food, and it's just, I want this sugar, I want ice cream, I want sweets, I want bonbons, I want this, I want this. As soon as we went through gut cleansing, they like, Mama, it is too sweet, I don't want it. And our dad, who used to buy pastries, we used to live in a country where there's a huge amount of beautiful pastries, and we actually stopped buying them because we didn't want them anymore. We want good, nutritious food because we feel our energy is stable, and that's how our body changed, and that's how children change. And it was amazing. It was just wow for me. So thank you for listening, and I hope it was enjoyable and interesting. So thank you, and bye.